On behalf of the Omaha Symphony Guild, we want to welcome you to the 15th annual Table Art Fundraiser. The Symphony has given our community over a century of live orchestral music and touched the lives of countless youth with their many music education programs. We salute the Omaha Symphony for 100 years and look forward to the next 100 years.
We had hoped to be here in person today, but due to unplanned circumstances, we shifted gears. Our partners remained committed to make this a memorable event for each of you.
We are grateful for the tremendous time, effort, and enthusiasm of everyone that made this event possible today, and we want to extend our appreciation to Diane Nelson, our honorary chairman and esteemed former Nebraska First Lady,
Tom Brennan, guest speaker, spokesperson for Waterford, and master craftsman.
Waterford Crystal for generously donating the gifts to commemorate the timeless tradition of the Omaha Symphony and Guild.
Lisa Hansen and Borsheim's, who have been an instrumental partner for Table Art.
Cynthia Cole, who produced the video for our event and captured all of the images. Ann Nagowski and Ben Rasmussen for the musical and educational content.
Our generous presenting sponsors, Diana and Robert Foster.
Our corporate sponsors, Borsheim's, Baxter Auto, Pinnacle Bank, Valmont, and Streck.
And our individual sponsors, Diane Nelson, Mary Ellen Wychulis, Julia Russell, and Mary Joy Anderson.
The wonderful staff at the Omaha Symphony, Jennifer Boomgarden, Anwar Nasser, Hannah Kupfer, and Brandy Hollis, as well as the ladies of the 2019 to 2020 Omaha Symphony Guild Executive Board, Kim Falk, Kelly Jorgensen, Kim Burkhalter, Kathy Fluke, Jennifer Zadiska, Julie Lykos, Linda Klopek, and Debbie Wood, and our friends at the Council Bluffs Guild.
Our community and designer display table partners who were unwavering in their support and creativity.
Virginia Babcock,
Boys Town and Thomas Lynch.
The Falk family, Jan Falk, Nancy Falk, and Kim Falk.
Rhonda Bullington of Los Hills Florals and Tom Emmett of the historic General Dodge House.
Suzanne Catula,
Mary Ellen Wychulis and Friends.
Aaron Carlson and Aaron Carlson Design, as well as Kathy Dessenville from the Linen Gallery.
Robin Heller of Dundee Flea.
Lisa Worrell of Lisa Worrell Design.
Julie Hockney of JH Interior Design and Mark Griffith of Bouquet.
Julia Russell of Julia Russell Design.
Ashley Welt of Salt Creek Mercantile.
Jessica Pate, Ann Stinson, and Pam Hessing for their donations in honor of Diane Nelson.
Kim Simon, who managed reservations and Happy Hollow Club.
Thank you for supporting the Symphony's education and community programs. We hope you enjoy the event today, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
I want to extend a very warm welcome to everyone joining this year's Table Art. Your support is so appreciated by the Symphony and by the Guild. I became involved in the Symphony Guild in 1975 when I sold tickets for the first Symphony Designer Show House. The house that year was the large white mansion that overlooks the Happy Hollow Golf Course. Then in 1986, I was asked to be one of the co-chairs for the Symphony Designer Show House. That year, the house was an apartment building down in the Old Market. Finally, in 1987, I was chairman of the Symphony Debutante Ball. The Omaha Symphony has been a tradition in our community for 100 years, and with your help and support, we'll look forward to another 100 years. Thank you for participating. I sincerely hope you will enjoy the program.
My name is Ann Nagowski, and I have been a violinist with the Omaha Symphony for over 20 years. I'm also the director of one of the largest private violin and viola studios in the Omaha area, and as such, I have been blessed over the years to be a part of the lives of hundreds of area children. Many students, however, do not have the luxury of taking private lessons. School music programs, if they even exist, are typically understaffed and underfunded. There are many things I'm proud of about the Omaha Symphony, but perhaps the thing about which I am most proud is the Symphony's passion for and commitment to music education and community enrichment. Our many education programs serve thousands of students every season. The one program I wish to highlight today is the Music Mentors program. Music Mentors is the most specialized program we offer, and it is geared toward current music students in middle school, high school, and collegiate bands and orchestras, and occasionally also toward the lifelong learners in community ensembles. In a typical Music Mentors event, the members of the Omaha Symphony sit side by side with the students, rehearsing with them, playing with them, coaching, offering practice and performance tips, and just general support and camaraderie. Over the past 7 or 8 years, the Symphony has also designed a residency program, which allows us to expand this Music Mentor program into a longer-term project with multiple visits by a specialized team of symphony musicians. The residency program has enabled us to partner with schools in towns all across the state, including Kearney, Grand Island, Beatrice, North Platte, and Scotts Bluff. I am honored to serve as the lead residency teacher for this program. Thank you for listening. Thank you for attending Table Art, and with most heartfelt gratitude, thank you for your support of your Omaha Symphony.
My name is Tom Brennan, spokesperson and master artisan for Waterford Crystal. I, like my father Leo, was born in Waterford City, Ireland. From a young age I aspired to follow in my father's footsteps by participating in the 230-year tradition of fine crystal craftsmanship. My dream came true when I began my apprenticeship in 1986. Precision, skill and artistic excellence remain the core components that transform the finest of raw materials into the world's premium luxury crystal. With imagination and artistic vision, designers capture the spirit of exciting new themes and ideas in the medium of crystal. Waterford Crystal is one of the few companies today that still practice the ancient craft of mould making. Wooden moulds are used by our master blowers to shape the molten crystal. Due to the searing heat of the crystal, these moulds only have a lifespan of 7 to 10 days. Waterford master blowers meticulously manipulate and transform molten balls of glowing red-hot crystal. The master blower, with his intricate feel for the glass, gives it shape with his breath, using only his mind's eye and the delicate turn of his fingers to blow the crystal to the perfect thickness. Waterford master cutters train for a minimum of 8 years. The master cutter has a feel for the crystal, using large wheels to make a flat cut to shape the glass. Diamond wheels make the deep and sharp wedge cuts. Holding the crystal tightly against a rotating wheel, he feels the pressure and vibration of the glass and knows instinctively how deep and how wide each cut should be. Some pieces are designed to be engraved. Here, the master craftsman's tools have changed little in over 5,000 years. The engraver holds the piece firmly below the rotating wheel and with gentle movements brings images to life. Crystal, his canvas, his brush, the copper wheel. Waterford Crystal has long been the centerpiece of special moments. From trophies at renowned sporting events such as the PGA Tour of America, to the Times Square Ball, the People's Choice Awards, to the sound of the clink made by our toasting flutes. Waterford Crystal is the perfect complement to celebrating your everyday moments at home. Hi everybody, my name is Tom Brennan. I am the master craftsman and artisan for Waterford Crystal here in North America and beyond. Thank you for spending some of your day here today to watch this video that's just going to last a couple of minutes. And I'm going to bring you on a little bit of a personal journey, the journey of Waterford, and some of the milestones that we are celebrating together. When I was doing some of my notes, my research, it struck me of the real correlation that Borsheims, that the Omaha Symphony, Waterford Crystal have in common. Steeped in integrity, always looking out for customer excellence, but really that tradition that we have together is really a marriage made in heaven for me, because when I look at the details and I look at the dates, Borsheims is celebrating 150 years. Amazing. The Omaha Symphony celebrating 100 years, and Waterford Crystal celebrating its 237th year. So quite a number of years between us. So it is an honor for me to sit here today speaking with everybody and going through the story of Waterford and beyond. You can hear a helicopter go overhead, but this is a live video, so I'm just going to leave it go. When I go through the history of Waterford City, not the company just yet, I'm going to bring you on that history lesson, remember, is that the origins of Waterford City are dated back, actually, and can be traced back to the year 914. We began as an ancient Viking trading port, so we are effectively Ireland's oldest city. So when you fast forward to 1783, it is the origins of Waterford City and that crystal making beautiful designs that you associate with us. That's when it began, 237 years ago. So this is before the Industrial Revolution. This is before the invention of flight, of electricity, and yet we in Waterford Crystal were then delighting the world with beautiful gifts. When you think of that timeline, it is just remarkable what our craftsmen were able to do all of those centuries ago. And I'm honored that, that I'm part of that story right now, and this is my time at Waterford. We have quite the journey to bring you on, and I have to condense this into a couple of minutes, but I'm going to bring you forward. So we were in 914, then we went to 1783. Let's jump forward to 1958. A young man began his journey in Waterford, learning the crystal making technique, the art of crystal making in Waterford, Ireland. That young man's name was Leo Brennan, my dad, my father. As he began his journey with Waterford, he's still alive, he's still with us. I spoke to him yesterday. I think he asked for commission for the video because I mentioned his name. Irish characters, we just have to get used to that. And he was 30 years as a glassblower. Just unbelievable. My story begins in 1986. Again, another young man, this Irish kid, looking back, learning his story, learning his journey, and I began my journey with Waterford as a glassblower at Waterford. So I worked as a glassblower for 15 years. I went into engineering, I went into new product development. So I've got since July 86 to today, and my dad had 30 years experience. So you're talking about decades and decades of Waterford Crystal being as part of our DNA. But what this really is about is celebrating. And what we're looking to do and we're hoping to do is for everybody to really become ambassadors for Borsheims, become ambassadors for the Symphony, and become ambassadors for Waterford Crystal. And we have got a great celebration for you. So it is my absolute honor, it is my absolute pleasure to show you something very special and dear to my heart. We have specifically chosen 2 designs that I have personally signed by hand for you to take home, and I'll get to some of those details in just a moment. But let me show you the actual piece. So this is your Lismore Essence diamond flute. I mean, look at this, Lismore Essence, absolutely gorgeous design. You can see the beautiful pull stem, the beautiful, of course, the cross cuts, the wedge cuts here. And what's remarkable about this is we're also adding in a beautiful Lismore vase, and of course we've got brand new Symphony logoed paperweights. And I would urge everybody to visit Borsheims and basically explore their wonderful Waterford collection and basically see the evolution of the Waterford Crystal design. So there you have it, there's my story. And a little bit of a personal touch so you understand. You're probably saying you're living in New Jersey, so where's this all tying up? So I'm married to Stephanie. I've got 3 teenage kids. I've got 2 dogs, which are right there. So at any given time, there's 7 people in my home. Yes, I call my dogs people. That's who I am. So crazy, crazy house, sometimes exhausting, but exhilarating all at the same time. And I genuinely would not have that any other way. And one of the things that I had the opportunity to do 6 years ago was to transplant myself, my family, to the United States, currently living in New Jersey. and the journey has been remarkable. I'm living in US right now, almost 6 years to the day. It is my home. I love it here. I'm applying for my citizenship next year, so my journey is just beginning as a new Irish immigrant. And we have got today in the United States approximately 34 million Americans claiming Irish heritage. So I'm just very, very happy that my family is adding to that tally. So there you have it, the story, the history of Waterford Crystal, where we sit today. What are we? Where are we today? We are a luxury lifestyle brand. Think of the most celebrated events in the world. Think of the golf tournaments, those beautiful crystal trophies that I get the opportunity and the pleasure to engrave and hand over to those great, great athletes and those winners. Think of the Times Square ball, the ball that drops each year. 1.2 billion people around the world watch that famous Waterford Crystal ball drop, and I'm again so happy and honoured to be part of that, which makes us, yes I say us, my beautiful Waterford flutes behind me, the most watched brand on the planet. So there you have it, all condensed into, I hope, a few short minutes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Waterford Crystal, on behalf of myself, Tom Brennan, you have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you, everybody.
I'm happy to present this china that was a gift to my mother from my Uncle Charles. And I want to tell you that Charles ordered this specifically for her. It was hand done in Kobe, Japan, and gifted to my mother in 1940. So it's pre-World War II China. It's in pristine condition. It has 82 pieces, and it's a complete 8-place setting with all of these extra pieces you can see. 2 vegetable bowls, one covered vegetable bowl, 2 not covered, a gravy boat, and a butter dish, and a relish dish. There are 3 sizes of plates and 2 sizes of platters. And so it is very interesting because it's so Japanese, especially the very opaque, lightweight teacups. They're very special. And these colors are autumn colors, we say. That was my mother's preferred colors. That's why they are what they are, the orangey and the deep yellow. So we have used this so little that there's not a chip or a crack in it. We are sorry to say goodbye to it, but someday soon we expect to, because you know, in modern day, servings usually aren't this formal. We're eating and entertaining in a less formal way. So although I have 3 daughters, none of them say they can really use these dishes. So Uncle Charles, bless your heart, the dishes are soon to go to some other lucky family.
Waterford crystal bowl. That is the Westbridge bowl. And we put it on top of a trophy type candlestick. We are featuring the Crooksville Trotter by Crooksville for our dinnerware, and it's made in USA. It's a vintage. And our mid-century gold and wood flatware, also a mid-century piece, so kind of unique. We do a lot of barware. We have little vintage horse frosted glasses. The ice pail is mid-century too, and that is from Lesterware. And then we picked up a little derby hat, so this is perfect for future Kentucky Derby dinner, entertain. We're all entertaining a little bit differently, so this is a unique way to have a little Kentucky Derby party with hats and some gold horseshoes, and the little plates for the nameplates are from the 60s, and they're little nameplates that everyone used to have on their bikes, so we thought the red and white looked good with our little set.
Hi, my name is Kim Falk. Nancy Falk and Jan Falk and I have put together a table art table for you today. We are all past presidents of the Omaha Symphony Guild and wanted to display our family Christmas table art for Table Art 2020. Our table is decorated with a combination of our favorite china, crystal, and silver from each of our individual collections. This also includes our traditional hanging Swedish Advent wreath, which is a tradition being from Swedish ancestry. Some of our favorite pieces include our china, which is Greenwich China by Minton, and Federal Gold China by Lenox, which is accented with snow holly salad plates. We are also displaying Marquee Crystal by Waterford and Chantilly Silverware by Gorham. This silverware is engraved with an F and has been a part of the Falk family for generations. We would like to thank Lisa Zolkowski from Hy-Vee at 90th and Center for the beautiful floral display. Thank you for joining us for table art.
Welcome to the Father Flanagan House. I am Tom Lynch, the Director of Community Programs here at Boys Town, and thank you today for visiting the historic home where Father Flanagan lived for many years. We're in his dining room right now, and in this dining room we have some special items. We have his furniture that he used in the 1940s. All the silver and crystal you see was all part of the collection that was donated to Father Flanagan Boys Town over the years, and we have it on display here for our visitors. Up on the wall we have photographs of his mother, Honora, and his father, John. Those were recently donated to us by the Flanagan family, and they're in the original frames. And the family members told us they always hung in the dining room of the Flanagan home, so that's why we have them on display here in Father Flanagan's house at Boys Town. We have this beautiful chandelier. This was at the original rectory here on campus, built in 1941, and we moved it up here to the Father Flanagan home so visitors can see it. And at the dining room table, and it's set for a special occasion. We have flowers that are brought in from our Boys Town garden here on campus, and all the china and silver were donated to Boys Town over the years. Father Flanagan used his china to entertain special guests like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig when they came to visit, Spencer Tracy, Mickey Rooney when they're here for the movie Boys Town. And then over the decades, other directors have used the china to entertain. Mrs. Ethel Kennedy when she visited campus, Mrs. Joan Kennedy, Mrs. Lyndon Johnson when she came to visit campus in the 1960s. And we have it on display here again at the Hall of History, at the Father Flanagan home for guests to come and visit. And in the dining room, we have a special photograph of Father Flanagan. This was Father Flanagan when he was about age 32 when he founded Boys Town in 1917. And it was preserved by the Flanagan family, and we have it on display again in his home here at Boys Town, the Father Flanagan home. And you're more than welcome to come and visit Boys Town once our campus reopens. And we have virtual tours too of our campus. So if you go to boystown.org, you can learn about how you can help Boys Town continue our mission to save children and help families, and learn more about Father Flanagan and the unique history of our home. Thank you very much.
So this year for table art, JH Interior Design and Bouquet decided to do breakfast in bed. So this is a bedroom scene. We have a lovely meal here prepared by Lola's. And we love the way that this color palette shows how you can mix floral with design. Textures and colors, even through the artwork, the pillows, and they all kind of play off the different fuchsias and lime greens and purples in the floor arrangement. You'll see below the bed, there's a velvet top bench with a fresh floral installation underneath, kind of like a floral wall, if you will. Almost looks fake. Beautiful. Mark did that. It's gorgeous. And then from the chandelier, you'll see we hung some Bells of Ireland, just for kind of a dramatic little installation. And then our main piece is on the bedside table in the Waterford bowl with all of our mixed palette and stems put together.
We have a bright summer mix of flowers, including Bells of Ireland, spider mums, dahlias, stock, light blue tweedia, trachelium, and hypericum berries.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Petula. Welcome. I'm so excited to be part of Table Art this year, 2020. Even though it's virtual, we're going to make this a grand event for everyone. We will start with Herend is where our china is from. My husband's from Eastern Europe. He mother was from Hungary, and we got a whole wedding set of Herend, the Golden Edge Herend. Our glassware is Waterford. It's Lismore Diamond Waterford, as the vase is also Waterford, the Lismore Diamond brand for Waterford. We have 2 sets of sterling silver, King Edward, for one set from the family, and the other set, silver, is King Richard. And we have silver from both sides of our families. My husband's grandfather was an ambassador to Hungary, so we got a lot of things sent to us during our wedding. The linen is 100% Irish linen, goes along with the Waterford. It's a Gale Warwork, it's hemme stitch Belgian linen. Each piece that is on top of the place setting is a Herend. And during formal dining, everyone gets a piece of Herend when they leave as a guest. And Herend is very famous for their little porcelain figurines. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the historic General Dodge House. Please come in. The Dodge House was built in 1869 by General Grenville Dodge, Civil War hero. Built 16 railroads in 6 countries. The house's walls are 2 feet thick externally, and internally they are 1 foot thick. It is a French Empire Victorian home. Very few of those survive. May I invite you into the dining room? Friends, 5 presidents have dined in this room, including Roosevelt, Grant, Taft. President Roosevelt said he'd have General Dodge be the chief engineer of the Panama Canal if he'd been just a little younger. General Dodge built enough railroads to circumnavigate the globe 2.5 times. Here you'll notice a Waterford pitcher with glasses. All the furniture in this room is original to the house, much of it exactly where it was when General Dodge lived here. On the table, the 3 gold-tipped glasses, hand-carved or baccarat. In 1859, when Abraham Lincoln visited, they dined with the Pusey family. Abraham drank out of one of those glasses. The tea set is made out of 90% coin silver and was given to Dodge by the people of St. Louis for the gratitude of the peace and order he restored. General Dodge lived from 1841 to 1916. Here you see a tea set given by General Dodge to one of his 3 daughters. And now to your left, you'll notice 4 candlesticks. Those were in General Dodge's private railroad car. And below is a tea warmer called a samovar, and that was a gift from the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II, and thanks for General Dodge's assistance with the Trans-Siberian Railroad. The painting above the mantel is a rare painting. It was done by an Italian artist most known for decorating cathedral ceilings. So if you've been to Venice, you've seen his work. And now one more treat for you, my friends. This is the library. It is exactly how it looked like in the 1890s. Every item in this room is authentic to the general, from the books in the bookcase to the family Bible. The rifle was given to General Dodge in 1869 at Promontory Point. As the chief engineer of the Union Pacific, he was one of the men to drive a Golden Spike. We have the rifle. The family managed to lose their Spike. And there's a portrait of General Dodge when he was a colonel. Above him are his ceremonial swords. So we hope that you'll come and visit the General Dodge House as soon as we open, which we hope is in July. But more important right now, I want you to think about supporting the Omaha Symphony. I'm a cellist, and I know how important music is to civility and civilization. Hope to see you here soon, and again, thank you for your support of the Omaha Symphony.
My name is Lisa Whirl, and welcome to my house. I'm really excited to be part of this innovative event, and since we're here in my house, I thought I'd show you a little bit of my studio and my art and how I do my art. And then we're going upstairs and I'll show you a little bit of my living room, and then I have the table set up in my kitchen, so we'll be getting to all of that. But behind me, you can see these are my cards. I have a business, Itty Bitty Boo Design. I've been in business almost 10 years now and have cards and puzzles and easel art and different things for sale around town. And I think there'll probably be a list of different stores that sell my things. But I thought I'd show you a little bit about how I do it. These are some things that have been on my table while I've been in quarantine. This was one that I did early on, and you can see the little houses are made of paper. I just was inspired with the neighborhood up and down my street, knowing that the people were in their houses doing what they could for the good of the cause, you know, helping each other get through this. So that is what was inspiring about that. I did this one at one point, stay home, stay well. I thought I'd show you how I do fabric design too. I do it out of paper, and then I scan it on my little scanner that's in my laundry room and upload it to a website called Spoonflower, and then I can manipulate it and do some things to the fabric, and then they print it. And this is what it turns out like. So you'll see this fabric on my table upstairs. Last year, about this time, I had a visit from Carol Lainoff, who's part of the Symphony Guild, and she asked me to do a card for the Symphony Guild, and her instructions were, I want something that has bright colors and something that's swoopy. So I did bright colored instruments and then the swoopy with the music. So this is one that I did. Let me get this really quick. I'm just going to show you how I do the designing. These gals, I draw it, cut out all the pieces. So this just gives you an idea of how I do my art. So looking around in here, you can see that this is a happy space, lucky for me, because I've been in lockdown like everybody, and I've spent a lot of time in here. Over here is another little space in my studio, and then I wanted to show you a project that I've been involved with for a couple of years. I'm collaborating with Mary D'Souza at Village Needleworks, and we have a line of needlepoint designs that are from my designs, and here's some other examples. They've turned out really fun. She went to market in Los Angeles in January, and there are stores all over the country that are selling these designs now. So this is my space. We're gonna go upstairs, and you wanna just follow me. I painted this first set of stairs while I've been in quarantine. It was a project that kept me busy for a few days. And then the second set I did probably 7 or 8 years ago, and it is not an easy project. That's why I didn't do the second set. So this is my living room. And this is how all of the paper art started. I didn't have art for the walls because I had previously had a lot of my grandmother's sort of fancy Victorian things, and I put them in estate sales and let them go. So I thought I would make art for my house. And so I went to Hobby Lobby to get canvas and paint, and I couldn't afford it. So all I could afford was paper, and I bought the paper and taught myself how to cut these designs. And when I put those up, it just changed my whole house. And in here is the Waterford vase that I did for this event. I filled the vase with about 1,000 buttons. I started with purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, pink, red, and put them in color-wise. And then the flowers are made out of vintage instrumental sheet music with vintage buttons in the center of each flower. And then the quote that I have on there, Ludwig van Beethoven, "Music can change the world." And I thought that was pretty appropriate for these days we're living in. So we're gonna go into the kitchen. And you'll see the table. Okay, here's the table. And the name of the table is Chin Up Buttercup. And I started this whole process just imagining who would be at this little party. So in my mind, it's a group of 4 women who are together to kind of cheer up one of them that's having some difficulties. So it's just a really happy celebration of women supporting each other. So I made everything that I could. You saw how I did the fabric. Here's the tablecloth fabric. And then another design I did was for the napkin. I made the placemats out of foam core and paper, and then I bought those plastic charger from Hobby Lobby and covered it with paper. Then I have a vintage plate that I've had forever, and then the little colorful plates, 2 of them are from Anthropologie and the other 2 are from Hobby Lobby. I got the glasses on Etsy. They're probably 1970s. And then I bought the silverware at a moving sale, garage sale, and they figure it's probably 1930s. I made all the place card holders for my little group. They're all different. Belle and Ruby, and we have May, and the other one I think is Sadie. So the other thing I did was I made each of them a little gift bag. I folded these little purses out of large sheets of black paper, and then they each have their initial on their little bag. And I just thought that was a fun little touch since it was a party. Let's see, the chairs that you see around the table are actually my dining room chairs. I love chairs. Another one from my collection, and I made the flowers and the flower arrangement. And then on the table I have some words of wisdom or some quotes that I think sort of celebrate friendship. The older I get, the more selective I am who is in my tribe. I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. And that really speaks to me. And then just some other words to cheer. Chin up, we've got this. So this is a really happy little celebration. I know that a lot of us are really missing being able to do that these days, and that's why this was really fun to do, because it kind of made me imagine what it was like being together with friends, and hopefully we will be again soon. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you for supporting the Symphony Guild. Now more than ever, those things are so important. We need things that lift us up and inspire us, and what better way than music? So thank you. So we thought we'd just throw this in, a little bonus footage of my patio. This was just an ugly piece of concrete that I painted in black and white checks. And then I have a lot of perennials around the edge of it and just some cute little furniture. And it was just an easy way to fix an ugly concrete problem.
Well, my grandpa used to go to Ireland almost every year, and he passed away in 1974. He would bring home Waterford glasses every year. So the stemware is all from my grandpa, O'Keefe, except for these champagne flutes, which are a friend of mine, Ellen Murphy, let me borrow because I thought they complemented the whole setting. So he brought home all the stemware. My cousin Stephanie let me borrow the water glasses, and the wine glasses are mine. All the little pieces with the flowers in are also mine too, but they really, really look nice on the table. The china was my mother's, and the flatware. She was very proud of the china. We used to not use it very much, but my mom used to tell me, just start using it, put it in the dishwasher, and put the flatware in the dishwasher too. So when she gave me permission to do that, I started using the china a lot more than I had before. And we have settings for 12, which fits our family well. And that's all I really have to say about it. I don't know anything else.
Thank you so much, patrons of Table Art 2020, and to the entire Omaha Symphony Guild and Table Art team for so thoughtfully developing such an amazingly beautiful and uplifting event. I'm Jennifer Boomgarden, the president and CEO of the Omaha Symphony. As you may know, the orchestra is celebrating a tremendous milestone, the 100th anniversary. A landmark like this deserves great celebration, but also great reflection. What started in 1921 as a talented civic ensemble has now become a fully professional orchestra and the backbone of our musical community. The Omaha Symphony's long road hasn't always been easy. Over the past century, we've survived some turbulent times, the Great Depression, the Second World War, and through the years, the community has steadfastly embraced the orchestra. And the orchestra has brought our community together through times of grief and commemoration and celebration. 6 months ago, the Omaha Symphony adopted a new strategic plan with a vision devoted to adaptability, innovation, relevance, and inclusion. 4 key touchstones that in today's world are even more essential than ever. We look forward to 2021, the Omaha Symphony's centennial season, as we celebrate the incredible legacy of Maestro Wilkins and this treasured community that we call home, and a bright and innovative future for the orchestra. We're truly grateful to Donna and the entire Omaha Symphony Guild for your steadfast commitment to the orchestra, and to Kathleen and the entire Table Art team for your resilience and your creativity, and to all of you for your incredible support of Table Art and your Omaha Symphony. Music has a great power like no other, a power to stir emotions, to open minds, to heal, to enlighten, and to energize. Thank you so much for making music possible in our community.